You're listening
You're listening
to another episode
of the FreshTakes
podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the newest episode of the FreshTakes podcast. I am your host, Tim, alongside my two favorite co-hosts, Tank and Pat. How's it going, boys?
I got name dropped before you did, Pat.
Well, it's alphabetical order.
No, he wanted to go with beauty before. Well, your beard's beautiful, so I can't deny that.
No, I wanted to go with the crippled first.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, in today's episode, we're going and taking a step back into the past. As the very first episode of the FreshTakes podcast, we did the over and unders. It was Pat and I. That was going to be the long series that we first started out with. It was about a year and 2 weeks ago that this started. And then Pat had a new job, so a new schedule, so we never got to finish. But we plan to finish this time. So we are doing the AFC North over and under. And if you guys don't know how the over and unders work, I think I got this from ESPN. So it's ESPN's over and under. If, say, one of the teams, their over under is 9.5. If you think that they're going to have more than 9.5 wins, you go the over. If they're going to have 9.5, 8 wins, you go the under. Most people, will put money on it, but we're not putting money on it. But if any listeners out there would like to go off of our answers and try and win some money, go for it. Tell us if we helped you and did justice for you.
Hey, I mean, if you win big though, remember Tank, Tim, and Pat
Say, remember
do
who
need
helped
sponsors, and we could be willing to throw you on the show or something.
Yeah, just remember who helped you then. All right, but we do have the AFC North today. So that means the Bengals, Browns, Ravens, and Steelers. So the first up, we will do the Bengals. So what's everybody thinking? The Bengals over and under is 11.5.
See, here's my biggest downfall in that. I literally wrote down all the teams that they play and everything, their schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And I circled who I think they're going to win against, and I crossed out who I think they're going to lose to. And I only came up with 10 wins. And I think this is sad that I came up with only 10 wins. But at the same time, seeing the over and under being at 11.5, I honestly have a strong feeling it's going to be over 11.5. But my gut feeling when I wrote it down on the paper, it says 10. So it's like, do I go with the over under? I don't know.
So you're saying 10 wins, but you're giving them the over.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm a little confused because my heart is saying go with the over, but my gut is telling me to go the under.
All right. Well, I mean, we'll take it game by game and we'll see what everybody says. I gave them 12 wins, so I'm giving them the over.
And Tank, I'm kind of on board with you. I actually have them going 9-8.
Really?
I have them under. The AFC North is kind of like a NFC East kind of, where year to year it could go one way or another. I think every other team in that division, minus the Ravens, got better where they needed to. So the Steelers and Browns.
Well, no, I think the Ravens got better with their receiving core.
Oh, 100% they did.
Well,
I think the only thing that really hit them is they've now lost their corners.
Yeah, you'll see that when we get there to mine. So, so I think the Steelers and Browns could steal a win from the Bengals, dropping their win total, whereas last year you wouldn't really think they could have.
Oh, well, I gave Steelers at least one because the Steelers always get the Bengals.
I was going to say, yeah. I gave the Steelers a split with Cincy, Baltimore a split with Cincy, but I gave Cincinnati the overall win between Cleveland and Cincinnati.
That's what I did. All right, we'll take it game by game. So, the opener, Cleveland, I have Cincy coming out on top.
Me too.
That's a loss for me.
Really?
All right. Then week 2.
Hold on. Time out real quick. Time out. So, Pat, you're saying that the Cincinnati Bengals from last year, you don't.
Who almost went to the Super Bowl 2
Yeah.
years in a row.
Right.
You're saying that they are not going to be that same kind of a team, and they're going to come out and lose the very first game of this upcoming season.
Well, the Browns always play them hard, and the Browns are the underdog of this division
I
this
mean, to
year,
be fair,
and
last
they are
year,
actually going to win it. So,
the Bengals were coming off of the Super Bowl and lost the opener to the Steelers.
yeah.
But I
And
don't think Cleveland has anything on defense anymore other than Garrett. They lost Clowney. I think they lost 2 corners.
the Bengals lost their whole secondary.
Yeah, but it's Deshaun Watson. I don't think he's.
It's his second year into a system after not playing football for a
Okay,
year
yes,
and a
it's
half.
his second.
He
It's
is
his,
going to drastically improve.
he's going to.
Unfortunately, I don't want him to.
I don't want him to either, but yes, he is going to improve, and I'm not going to knock that on him. But my biggest thing, Joe Burrow. You have Jamar Chase.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, here's my thing with Cleveland. They lost Kareem Hunt, so now they have to rely on just Chubb. They don't have another secondary running back for him.
So
They will figure it out. Their run scheme can work. I'm not saying Nick Chubb
Who's
isn't
their
top
second receiver?
5.
Who?
Browns. Who's their second receiver?
I don't even know
They got
who's their
Elijah
first.
Moore.
Oh,
Elijah
okay.
Moore.
Amari Cooper's their first.
Well, tells you how much I pay attention to the Cleveland because they suck.
I was
going to say,
because
if
they're
you
gonna
said
win the
Donovan
division this year.
Peoples-Jones, I don't trust him.
No, they're be on the lookout.
All right. Week 2, Baltimore. I gave them the win at Baltimore because it's in Cincy.
Right.
I'm giving Cincinnati a 2-0 start.
I gave them a win here, so 1-1.
Then they got the Rams, Monday Night Football in Cincy. I gave them another win.
I didn't. I gave them a loss. So this is where they go 2-1 for me.
See, I have them 3-0 right now. I have them going on a stretch.
I have them losing the Rams because I feel Stafford coming back after the injury. Cooper Kupp coming back from an injury. I think those two are going to link up, and I feel Kupp. He's been in the top 5 receiving yards the last how many seasons? And in last season, even with his injury, he was still in the top 5, 6.
Yeah, but what team do they have? They don't have a good running back. Cam Akers doesn't want to be there. They don't want Cam Akers, but nobody wants to trade for him. Allen Robinson's gone.
I love how you refuse to see how the Browns can beat the Bengals, but you think the Rams can?
Yes.
I think the Browns have a better team than the Rams right now.
All right. We'll figure it out. So this is
I think Stafford's a little too old. I think Kupp, is coming off of an injury. He doesn't have enough time to learn. And then Higbee's nothing. They don't have a second receiver since Allen Robinson is gone. Robert Woods is gone. They don't have a running back room because they got rid of Darrell Henderson. They had a nice backup for Cam Akers. They got rid of him. So I don't think the Rams are going to be anything this year. Yeah, they got Aaron Donald, but they got rid of Jalen Ramsey.
Well, Jalen, you know how I feel about Jalen.
I know that. So. All right. Week 4 at Tennessee, 1:00. I have them winning that too.
I have them a 3-1 now.
I have them 4-0. And then week 5, they're about to be 5-0 because I think they beat Arizona.
This is where they win again, 4-1.
Yeah, they definitely beat Arizona.
I was saying, what you got, Pat?
I was trying to recall which tally I marked for the Titans. I think I gave that a loss to them.
All right, then you got week 6 against Seattle, 1:00.
I think Seattle wins.
See, I put Bengals again.
Yeah, I got Seattle as well.
It's a 4-2 record now.
My thing is just Seattle's defense. If they can figure out what they need to work on by then, I'd give them the win. But right now I have Cincy 6-0. Then they go on their bye. Then they come back to play at San Fran at 4:00. I give them the loss.
I give them a loss here. They're 4-3.
Yeah, I give them a loss.
All right. Then week 9, Sunday Night Football at Cincinnati, Buffalo Bills.
I give Cincinnati a win.
I gave Cincy the win.
Yeah, I gave Cincy a win.
All
So right
right.
now they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 3 for me.
They are 7-1 for me. All right. Week 10, then they have the Texans, 1:00. I gave them the win.
I gave them a win. And if Pat, you say that the Texans are going to win, I'm going to slap you in the face.
No, that's a Bengals win.
All right. So
All right. Now at Baltimore, Thursday night football. I gave them the loss for this one.
I gave them a loss.
I gave them a win, I believe.
All right. Then you got Pittsburgh at 1:00 at Cincy. I gave them the loss.
Gave them a win.
That's a loss.
Then you got Jacksonville at Jacksonville, Monday night football. I gave them a loss.
I gave them a win.
That is a win.
Then the Colts.
That's a win.
I gave them a win. Then they got the Vikings, which I think is a win.
I think that's a loss.
Yeah, I put Vikings as a loss.
I don't know. I don't really think the Vikings have a defense anymore.
They don't, but I have a feeling that there's going to be a couple games in here that surprise us, and I have a feeling that the game at the Vikings or against the Vikings are going to be one of those. Holy crap! Vikings actually played.
All right, then week 16, they got the Steelers 4:30.
I said the loss.
I gave them a win for this one.
Gave them a loss here.
That's a win for me.
And then they have Kansas City at Kansas City, 4:00. I gave them a loss.
I gave them a loss.
Loss.
And then week 18, the Browns.
Win.
Yeah, I gave them a win.
Win.
So, yeah, I went with 12-5 because there's 17 games now.
So it's 10-7 for me.
9-8.
I just don't see how they would go 9-8.
It's tough to imagine. It is tough to imagine.
I mean, I'm not trying to laugh, but I like the way you said that, Pat. So,
all right. Next up is the Browns. And I'm not trying to sound a little like I'm being too harsh on the Browns, but their over and under is 8.5, and I gave them the under.
I gave them an under.
Over.
Over?
What? 8.5, and you think they're going to? So you're thinking
Wow.
Bengals are going to be the under from 11.5 to 9, and you're going with Browns, who is an 8.5, and you're going to go over on that? I gave them 6 wins.
All right, Pat. I guess we'll spoil it now. Who do you think's winning this division?
Oh, I said wholeheartedly from the beginning, I think. The Cleveland Browns are winning the AFC North this year.
That is awful.
Are you willing to? We don't have to put money on it, but are you willing to make a bet on that, Pat?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I'll if I'm wrong about this bet, well, because it's one of two teams that could win it, I'm about 80% more on Cleveland than the other team.
I don't
But
know.
I'm confident enough that I'll wear a Cowboys jersey if the Browns do not win the AFC North.
And if the Browns win, I will wear something Philadelphia
All right.
on an episode.
There we go.
So what's your bet?
It's jersey. He wears Philly. I wear Dallas if the Browns don't win or do win.
Okay. Better than our bet last year. I just had to say that Tank was better. All right. So here we go. Cincy, week 1. We already know that I have the loss.
That's a win.
That's a loss.
All right. Monday night, week 2, Steelers. I have a loss.
Loss.
It's a win.
I don't.
Going.
All right. Week 3, Titans.
Loss.
I have a win.
I have a loss.
It's that's a loss.
Pat and I are just completely opposite right now. All right.
I have them 0-3.
Week 4 against the Ravens. I have a loss.
I have a win.
That's a win.
Jeez.
3-1.
I have them 1-3.
I'm 1-3, but Pat and I are like complete opposites. All right, week 5 they have their bye. Week 6 they got the Niners. That's a loss.
That's a loss.
That's a win.
What?
What? Are you serious, Pat?
It's a win.
Pat, you're being
No
God's honest truth. You're saying
way.
that they're going. The Cleveland is going to beat 49ers.
I'm saying that.
There's no way, dude.
Tim,
This team's, y'all will see in about, I don't even know how many months because I'm not doing the math right now. 6, 7, 8 months. Y'all see in 7 to 8 months.
Dude,
Tim, we need to put an application out saying that we're hiring for a new
look,
podcast.
Pat's gonna get worse host of the year. All right, so now we're on to the Colts.
That's a win.
I gave them a loss on that one. I think Richardson could show up.
That's a win for Cleveland. So that's 2-4 for me.
All right, so then week 8, Seattle.
It's a
That's
loss.
a loss.
Week 9, the Cardinals.
It's a win.
That's a win.
Yeah, I put a win on that one. Week 10, Baltimore.
Loss.
Yeah, I have loss.
I win.
Damn, Pat. All right, then they have the Steelers week 11. I gave them a
win.
loss.
I gave him a win.
I give them a loss.
Week 12, they have the Broncos, which I gave
That's
them a loss.
win. I gave him a win.
It's in Denver. That's why I gave them a loss.
I gave them a win.
Then they have the Rams, which I gave them the win.
Gave him a loss.
Win.
Week 14, the Jaguars, I gave them a loss.
A loss.
Loss.
Week 15, the Bears, I gave them a loss.
I gave him a win.
Give them a win.
Week 16, the Texans gave them a win.
Loss.
Give them a win.
No, I think they win that one. Then week 17, they got the Jets on Thursday night. I gave them a loss.
Loss.
And then Bengals to end it out.
Loss.
Yeah, so 5-12 for me.
6-11 for me.
And 11-6 for me.
Okay.
All right.
We're
We're
opposites
trusting you,
there.
Pat.
I mean, I love you, Pat. I really do. And I really cannot wait to see you in a Cowboys jersey.
Hey, you're gonna have to
Hold
wait.
on. Now, wait a minute. What happens? Well, no. Because it's okay, never mind. In my head, I had something else.
What?
Nothing. Ignore me right now.
Okay. So now we're on to Baltimore. Baltimore's over and under is 9.5, which I have them going under.
Pat?
Under.
So it's an over-under is 9.5. I got them
Yeah.
over.
See, I have them just under.
I have
All right.
at 10.
Week 1, Texans.
That's a win.
That's a win.
Win.
Week 2, they have the Bengals, so that's a loss.
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 Week 3, Colts, so I have a win.
Win.
Week 4, Browns, I have a win.
Loss.
Loss.
Week 5, I have a Steelers with a win.
Loss.
I have a win against Steelers. I have them at 5 games. I have them 3-2.
I have them 4-1.
2-3.
Titans in London or wherever they're gonna be outside of the US. 9:30 a.m. I have them winning.
I have them losing against the Titans.
Yeah, the loss.
And then they got Detroit week 7. I have them losing.
Yes, I have them losing against the Lions.
Loss.
Then they have
They're
the
gonna go 3-4.
Cardinals. Cardinals week 8. I have them winning.
Winning.
Win.
Seattle week 9. I have them losing.
I have them winning.
Loss.
Then Cleveland week 10. I have them winning.
Winning against the Browns.
Loss.
Then I have week 11 Thursday night. I have them losing to the Bengals. No, I have them beating the Bengals.
I was gonna say I have them beating the Bengals that time.
Loss.
Week 12, Sunday Night Football against the Chargers. I have them losing.
I have them winning.
Win.
Then they go on their bye. Then they come back week 14 and they have the Rams. I have them winning.
They lose.
They
And
win.
then they have a stretch for me. So then they have week 15, Sunday night against the Jaguars. I have them losing.
Winning.
That is a loss.
I have week 16, Monday night against the Niners. I have them also losing.
Losing.
Loss.
Then week 17, they have it against the Dolphins. I have them losing.
Winning.
I have a win.
And then week 18 against the Steelers, I have them winning.
See, so go ahead, Pat. I'll let you end this real quick because I want to talk about this game.
Oh yeah, I have a loss.
I have a loss also, and here's my thing about that. Steelers and Baltimore, they always play against each other, hearts out. Very, very hard nosed ball. They're both teams are going for that win. Baltimore, of course, needs the win to secure the division, but Steelers are going to be there, and they are going to spoil it for the Ravens, but Ravens are going to get in the playoffs by a wild card.
I think this is Ravens fighting for a chance for wild card. I have Ravens going 9-8.
I have them 10-7, just like Cincinnati.
Have them 6-11.
All right.
I hope y'all are writing down everybody's guesses because I have not.
Just go back and re-listen.
I don't want to go back and re-listen. Why?
Give us a view.
Give us a view.
All right.
Hey, I'll
last
give us a
but
view
not least, we have the Steelers. And the real question is this Mike Tomlin's first year not having a winning season? Their over and under is, I think, 7.5.
8.5. I think it was
8.5.
on the list.
Yeah, 8.5.
Pat, what do you think? Over under?
I'm going over for them.
I gave them the over.
I gave them the over.
All right, so here we go. Week 1 against the 49ers. I have them losing.
Losing.
Pat?
Did we just say Pat together?
Oh, God. Yeah, that's a loss.
I was going to say, are you making the Niners a shit team this year?
Yeah.
Week 2, Monday night against the Browns. I have them winning.
Loss.
That's a win.
Week 3, Sunday night against the Raiders. I have them winning again.
Winning.
Win.
Week 4 against the Texans. I have them winning.
Win.
Win.
Week 5 against the Ravens. I have them losing.
Losing.
Win.
Then week 6, they have the bye. Week 7, they have the Rams. I have them winning.
Win.
The losing. The Rams are going to sweep that division.
Not even close.
All right.
Not even. Let's see. Then we got week 8 against the Jaguars. I have them losing.
Losing.
Jags is a win.
All right, week 9, Thursday night football. They have the Titans.
Loss.
I have them winning.
That is a win.
I think I have all of them beating the Titans. Week 10, they have the Packers. I have them winning.
That's a loss.
That's a win.
Week 11, they got the Cleveland Browns. I give them a loss.
A loss.
This is the one they win.
Week 12, they got the Bengals. I give them a win.
Loss.
Win.
Week 13, they got the Cardinals. I give them a win.
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 Week 14, I have them losing Thursday night football to the Patriots.
I have a Patriots win. No, I lied. I have Pittsburgh winning.
Yeah, I have Pittsburgh losing.
And then I have them beating the Colts on week 15.
Yep. I have
Yep.
the Pittsburgh winning that game,
And then week 16, losing to the Bengals.
winning
Yep.
to the Bengals,
Week 17, losing to the Seahawks.
losing to the Seahawks,
Yep.
And then week 18 to just barely miss wild card, losing to the Ravens.
they win at the Ravens, and they finish out with a 9-8 season.
I have 9-8 as well. So I have it. Go ahead, Pat.
They beat the Ravens and finish out also 11-6.
So I have the Bengals 12-5 winning the division, Cleveland 4-13 being the last in the division, and then Baltimore and Pittsburgh both going 9-8, giving Baltimore the wild card as they beat the Steelers in the final game.
I got Cincinnati winning the division 10-7. Baltimore second with 10-7, making playoffs. Cleveland is no. Then I have Pittsburgh in third with 9-8, and then I have Cleveland at 6-11.
I have Cleveland at 11-6 winning. Pittsburgh's also 11-6, so I guess tiebreakers will come down to Cincinnati at 9-8 and Baltimore at 6-11.
All right,
Really
now
confident
one
Cleveland's gonna
thing
win.
that I want to do before we continue with the series, because this will determine how we actually do our rankings and if we do them wrong. So right now, I want you guys to give me the winners of each division and the 3 wild card spots.
Like right now,
Like, try and think of who you think's going to win and go where, because at the end of this, we're going to see if what we tallied up matches what we think is going to happen.
but I haven't done all the divisions. I've only done the AFC North.
That's what I'm getting at. I want you to guess who's winning the division now, so when we're done doing every single over and under, to see if it matches what we actually were predicting. Because you could predict that the Giants make wild card, but then you look back at all of your predictions of who's going to go 10-7, 11-6, and you may find out that there's 4 teams over the Giants that would have made wild card.
All right.
So-
well, I got Cincinnati winning the division, and I got Baltimore getting wild card.
Well, just write down everything real quick. So, got to think of the divisions first. Jeez. Let's see. I mean, I guess we can all just. I'm assuming we're all agreeing on the NFC East. Because I think NFC East is definitely the Eagles.
Most likely, but
All
Man, this is actually harder than I thought.
right, let's see. Yeah, I know. Just trying to think of them all on the spot makes it hard, but I wanted to challenge y'all. And then when we do the before week 1 video, that's when we'll go over early Super Bowl prediction, MVP, stuff like that. All right, I think I got mine. Yeah, I think I have mine.
yep.
I don't. I'm still working on the AFC side.
Well, you got the NFC?
Yeah, I got NFC.
Okay, we'll talk NFC while you still do AFC. All right, NFC East.
Philadelphia Eagles.
I got the Eagles.
Eagles.
All right, NFC North.
Lions.
I got the Lions. All right, NFC South.
Panthers.
New Orleans Saints.
I have the Saints. And then the NFC West.
Seattle.
LA Rams.
Give me the Niners. All right, your 3 wild cards.
Giants, Cowboys, and Vikings.
I have Vikings, Giants, and the Seahawks.
I have Niners, Packers, and Commanders.
Packers. Man, ain't no love for the G-men.
Oh, there's
I
love.
gave you
but
love.
Jordan Love.
You finish your AFC?
Yeah, I'm working on the wild card. Go ahead.
All right, AFC East. I have the Dolphins.
Damn it, I had the Dolphins.
I'm going to Bills.
All right, then we got the AFC North Bengals.
Yeah, I got Cincinnati Bengals.
Browns.
All right, the AFC South. I got Jacksonville.
Yeah, I got Jacksonville on that one too.
I got the Titans.
See, it's real hard to not go against the top people.
Yeah.
AFC West, I have the Chiefs.
Oh, that's a tough one.
I have Chiefs.
Chiefs.
All right, then your wild cards. I have Bills, Ravens, Chargers.
I have the
I
Bills,
have-
Ravens. I'm trying to think of another team. I'm gonna just go with Bill, Ravens, and Chargers like you did.
Then you and I have the entire same AFC.
Do we really?
Yes.
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
That's
we do.
hilarious. I have the Jets, Broncos, and Jags.
I knew you were going to pick the Broncos.
I believe in Sean Payton. Like last year, I was a little too.
I'm not
into the
saying-
hype, but
I think they're going to be one game out of the wild card spot.
I think it'll come down to
Yeah.
Chargers, Broncos. I don't know, Pat, what's your every year prediction? Broncos, Bears?
Broncos Bears Super Bowl. Here we go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is the AFC North over under. If you did not know, 2 days ago, I uploaded the newest episode of Testing Tim's Knowledge. I did the top 5 fantasy quarterbacks in 2021 by the week. And then I did, what was it, first round quarterbacks since like 1983?
Something like that.
Yeah, I had some brain farts on a couple, and I already got ripped into by my co-host. But you
I
have
can't
to go
believe you
back and
thought-
look. No, you have to go back and see who I didn't think
I,
of.
was like, I can't believe you did not think of him out of all. Hey, shut up.
There, Pat's giving you all a clue. But there's also Tank's thoughts, top 10 candies. He did it with his wife.
Oh, yeah. This upcoming episode is going to be my top 10 cartoons.
Ooh, all right. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got. Make sure you tune into those 2 videos if you missed out. Go ahead, Pat.
I'm getting a cue card that says hurry up. So, no, it's been a good episode. I like doing these over-unders there. It
right,
makes me realize football's back.
Well, I like doing these over-unders too. Don't forget you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I don't know if I said any of those twice, but if I did, I didn't. I don't give a crap. Well, who cares? You can follow us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify Podcasts. This is Tank signing off, and it was great seeing you 2 guys tonight. Until then, yeah, Tank signing off.
Next
Peace.
week, AFC East. So make sure you stay tuned for that, and we will see you guys next week.